Guess what? Today, let's talk about a French press. If you're someone who thinks that a French press can't make good coffee and you're thinking of throwing it, let me stop you there. In this simple coffee educational video, I am going to be showing you how you can make the French press the proper way. Because for the past 8 years of working as a barista, I have been brewing coffee using the French press and I've served it to many of my customers. Most of them have loved it. And this is because a French press brews coffee which has a heavy body and with bold flavors. This is why some of the people that want a milk-based coffee but they don't have an espresso machine for making their lattes, they'll brew their coffee using the French press and add in milk so that they can transform it and make a latte using a French press. This is one of the underrated coffee makers that I find that very many people don't appreciate, and most of you think that it can't make good coffee. The reason why your coffee might be tasting very bitter, watery, sour, or with unbalanced flavors, chances are you are making one of the 5 mistakes that I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'll show you how each of the mistakes affect the taste that you get of your coffee that you've brewed using a French press. But not only that, I'm going to help you to fix them once and for all. My main goal of this video is that by the end of it, you should be able to make the best tasting French press like a professional barista, with even some bonus tips that I've learned for the past 8 years of working as a barista. Let's start with mistake number 1. If your coffee is tasting very bitter or burnt or with less flavors, chances are you are using the wrong type of coffee beans. Not all coffee beans that you see in your local groceries or supermarkets can make good coffee. Most of those coffees are old and stale, or if not, they are roasted very dark. When you brew it, it's going to taste very bitter or burnt. And if you're using pre-grinded coffees or old coffees which have stayed for a much longer period of time, those coffees have lost all the flavors. And if you try using that coffee to make your French press, it's not going to give you enough flavors. And for you to fix this, my advice is buy coffee from a local roaster or a coffee shop. Ask the barista to guide you on the different types or origins of the coffee beans. This is what is going to ensure that you have the best taste of your French press. But a bonus tip, you should use coffee which has rested 14 days from the day it was roasted. This coffee has rested enough and it's going to be very easy for you to extract the best flavors and enjoy your French press. And mistake number 2, if you're having too much segments at the bottom of your cup after drinking your French press, chances are you are using the wrong grind size. Look at this. This is a metallic filter that a French press uses. If you use a very fine grind size, a grind size like for espresso, the particles are very small. So when you're brewing your French press and you press down the filter to filter the coffee, you're going to end up with a lot of segments. And this is why whenever you're grinding your coffee for a French press, you need to grind it on a medium coarse or a coarse grind size. The particles should be like sea salt. This is the good particle for the French press. These big particles will be filtered very well using the metallic filter in the French press, ensuring that you reduce the amount of segments you end up in your final cup of coffee. As a bonus tip, on my step-by-step guide of making the French press, I will show you how you can get rid of the segments completely and enjoy your clean cup of coffee that you've brewed using the French press. And mistake number 3, if your coffee is tasting sometimes very strong and sometimes watery, or sometimes it's going to taste very well balanced with good flavors, this is what baristas don't tell you. The reason they are able to make the best tasting cup of coffee, they have mastered the brew ratio. Whenever you just guess the amount of water and the amount of coffee that you use to make your French press, like most of you out there, you just get like 2 scoops of coffee, add it in your French press, add in water and press down your French press. When you taste it, you won't get the same taste as the one you get from your favorite barista. And the reason is you don't know what is the ratio that you're using. For this video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my French press using a ratio of 1:14. And I'm going to be showing you how you can calculate it and even how you can adjust it so that you can have the best tasting cup of coffee. By using the right brew ratio, you'll be able to know which is the right taste of your coffee. And if you get it, you'll be able to replicate the same brew ratio each and every day when you're making your French press. And mistake number 4, why your coffee is tasting bitter or very harsh. Chances are you are using the wrong type of water or you're using the wrong temperature of water when you're brewing your French press. Water is very important because it's what extracts the flavors into your final cup of coffee. You should make sure that you are not using your tap water or any water with taste or smell. And when you boil your water, you shouldn't boil it until 100 degrees because boiling water is not good for extracting flavors. If you use that water, it's going to cause over extraction. And that's why your coffee sometimes is going to end up with some bitterness and harsh taste. For a medium roasted coffee, you should use around 92 degrees, like the one I'm going to be using later on in this video. And if you're using a light roasted coffee, you should use 96 degrees. And if you're using a dark roasted coffee, you can use 90 degrees. This different range of temperature is what is going to ensure that you have a good extraction of your coffee. And mistake number 5, this is what combines all these mistakes, and this is not using the right brewing technique. So to fix all these mistakes, let me put each and everything on this step-by-step guide so that we can fix our French press once and for all. Let's start with the key equipment that you need to make the best tasting French press like a professional barista. First thing is the French press itself. You need to know the capacity of the French press. This one here has 300 ml, and this is what is going to determine how much water that we need to use for our brew ratio. Next is a good weighing scale. You need a weighing scale so that you can measure how much amount of coffee that you're using, how much amount of water you add in, and also you need a timer so that you can time how long you brew your coffee. By using a weighing scale, will ensure that you have consistency whenever you're brewing your coffee. And next, which is the coffee beans. This is a very important part. Coffee beans influence 80% of the taste and the flavors that you get. So if you're using good quality coffee beans, high chances you're going to end up with the best flavors in your cup of coffee. With me here, I am using a Mexican medium roasted coffee bean. I will boil my water on 92 degrees Celsius. If you don't have this kettle, you need at least a thermometer so that you can measure the temperature of your water. As the water is boiling, I'll start by warming up my French press. The reason why I warm up the French press is to retain the temperature. So I'm going to be using a 1:14 brew ratio. So the basic way I can explain to you brew ratio means the relationship between coffee and water. If I say 1:14, this means each 1 gram of coffee you add in 14 ml of water. If I am using 20 grams of coffee, I'm going to be multiplying 20 by 14 to get 280. But you can also increase on the brew ratio. You can use a 1:15, a 1:16, which is going to result into a light tasting cup of coffee. If you're using a brew ratio of 1:13, 1:10, 1:12, that coffee is more likely going to taste strong. So I'm going to be starting by measuring 20 grams of coffee. Then I'll adjust my coffee grinder on a coarse grind side. I'll grind my coffee and I'll throw away the water that I used to warm up my French press. This is the coarse grind size I am using for the French press. And I'm going to be pouring in 2 intervals. The first one, which is the brewing period, I start my timer and I pour in 80 ml of water. Stir it for 5 seconds to make it 15 seconds. On 30 seconds, pour the remaining water until 280. Stir it for one more time, and I'm going to let it brew for 4 minutes. A French press is an immersion coffee brewer. This means you add coffee and pour water on it and let it brew for a certain period of time. And this is why I'm leaving my French press to brew for 4 minutes. So at 4 minutes, now our French press is done. I will get my spoon, break the crust by stirring it round. Even the remaining coffee particles which were at the top will sink at the base. And now if you have extra time, you can go an extra mile by scooping off the foam on top using 2 spoons. And now you can press on your planche. You press it down slowly and controlled so that you don't agitate the coffee grinds that are settled at the base. You press it just until the surface of the coffee grinds. Now, when you're done, for you to stop the extraction of the coffee, because you might end up with a more bitter taste in your cup of coffee, I would recommend for you to pour all the coffee from the French press into another vessel. And now we have our French press in this vessel. We pour our French press into our cup. Leave the remaining to settle down as you enjoy this one. Wow, this is how a French press should taste. If you follow these simple steps, you will be able to make this full body, bold flavor French press. If I get this coffee and I add it into this glass, as you can see in this vessel, I don't have any segments because of the way we extracted our French press. And with this coffee, I can just add milk in it so that I can transform it to make a milk-based coffee, which is still very creamy and flavorful. This is one of the reasons why most people love the French press. This is a multi-purpose coffee brewer which can help you make a black coffee. You can add milk in that black coffee and make a milk-based coffee. You can even make cold brew using this French press. It's an amazing coffee maker which costs around $20. This is very affordable, and if you're someone who can't afford this expensive espresso machine, I would recommend you to get a French press and you'll be able to make the best tasting cup of coffee. Rewatch this video if you didn't understand anything, and if you have any questions regarding a French press or coffee making, link it in the comment section. I answer every question. My goal for this channel is to help you make the best tasting cup of coffee. I have Amazon affiliate links of all the equipments that I use as a barista that you can check it out in the description below. Whenever you use these links to buy something, I get a small commission, which is another way of supporting me, and I'll be very grateful. And as a bonus tip, if you're a beginner barista who wants to practice and grow your latte art skills, but you don't have an espresso machine, this French press got you covered. It can help you texture your milk, and I have made a full detailed video here that you should watch next.